Support for the Four Brewers podcast is provided by beer drinkers like you. Support the show at patreon.com/4brewers. That's patreon.com/4brewers.
No, that's cool.
Backwoods Bastard.
Okay. Welcome to Four Brewers. My name is Matt Becker, and as always, I'm joined by
John Holzer.
Jason Harris.
Greg Nagel.
And we've got a pretty fun show. We got a lot of big beers, some barrel-y beers. We've got quite a bit of stuff, but most importantly, we have lots of Mailbag. Thank you, John. Well done. I think that's the first time we've actually executed that.
While Snapchatting.
Yes, while Snapchatting. Well done.
John was sending a dick pic during that whole exchange.
Exactly.
One day you're going to be on Snapchat, Jason. Guaranteed.
I'm on there. I just don't like my face.
Yeah. You think it's all little kids and dick pics, which is creepy.
Yeah, that's why I don't go.
Well, it's not that. It's a very vibrant community.
I don't believe that.
It should be noted that while we are going to be reading some Mailbag, we are also drinking some Founders Backwoods Bastard. This is their big ass oak aged
Old ale?
wee heavy.
Oh, it is. Okay.
I feel like the Backwoods Bastard is friends with Golden Brett.
We had the Dirty Bastard, which is the non-barrel aged version of this.
Yes, we did.
But I still think they're friends.
Yeah.
Are they?
Don't try and call out Golden
Not
Brett.
anymore. Not since '88. That son of a bitch owes me 14 G's. The G is for gold.
What happened in '88?
I'd rather not speak about it.
All right.
Of course, this was 1888.
Time heals all wounds, though.
Except for gold. Put a mine in my heart.
Put a pickaxe in my heart. I'm actually kind of doing the Djibouti Dubs voice right now.
Right.
Bring it down. Oh, bit of smoky. It got a little bit of smoke in this beer. It's got a little bit of barrels, pretty good.
Monkey bread.
Little bit of a bastard doing some monkey bread.
Monkey bread. This
A little bit of monkey.
Chicken nuggies. Come on.
Third show.
Yeah. So, how about that mailbag?
How about that mailbag? We've got a few. We didn't do any in the last couple episodes, and so
We've had some pretty jam-packed episodes lately.
we've been storing them up. So we got one from self-described 4B number one superfan, Scotty M.
Scotty!
Yes, sir.
Someone asked for a 4B haiku. Turbid and juicy. The New England IPA. So very chewy.
I like it.
Nice.
Very nice.
That's a haiku.
Also, he would like to see a beer review bout between Nagel and Sandwich Guy. Who wins? Nagel describing his frozen grease-congealed burrito, or the Sandwich Guy with his smoked turkey breast and tomato basil bread
My
sandwich?
burrito was never frozen. It was always in the fridge, wrapped in foil.
It sounded
so gross.
gross as fuck when you described it. I was like, man, whatever Greg
Always
just
buy
said.
two, put one in the fridge for tomorrow.
Gross, dude. That's so fucking best.
It's the best.
Worst.
I'm the one
The
that
best.
requested haikus too. By the way, that was me.
Nice.
And, I was glossed over on one of the shows, but somebody.
We should
caught
do
it.
more.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I like it.
Send us more haikus, guys.
Yeah.
Saison to haikus. Even.
This Backwards Bastard is delicious.
Right?
It's super
Very chocolatey.
It's
Vanilla.
like a lot of vanilla, a lot of barrel, super barrel-y. But
Yeah,
very
but
delicious.
very
By the way, real quick, I forgot to mention that also hanging out with us is Sarah the Poor Ass. Hi, Sarah.
Oh, hello.
Sorry. I'm a jerk.
I'm just, someone put me in the corner.
No.
She's literally in the corner, facing the corner.
She can't even see us.
Can I join you guys?
She's in the closet.
It's a Blair Witch project.
Exactly. Well, thank you for that haiku, Scotty M.
And we got more mailbag. There's more mail. There's more bag. There's more everything.
We need a pretty fat sack to fit all this mail.
That's right. All right. Subject juicy from Justin Richardson. Holy shit. Just got done listening to your guys' last episode when Greg carbonated Tropicana OJ and I lost it. I laughed so hard I almost rear-ended some dude on the freeway.
That was me, by the way.
Hashtag so juicy. Brew the shit out of it. That's Yeah, it was fucking
I
great.
drive down the 55 every day, maybe at least 45 minutes a day on the damn road. So yeah, please don't hit me. I just listened to that episode on the way here, and that I pulled up right as that was happening. I was dying.
It was
I swear the whole session
Just
was
in
you.
fun.
It was you just prepping for that one moment. 'Cause you were on like cruise control the entire episode, which is fine. Like I think I came off saying you weren't trying, but you were just like having fun
It's like mentally preparing.
the entire time, and then when that happened,
Sometimes you just got to do that, man.
no, and I'm not dissing you for that, but everything culminated at that one point when you got to serve that carb.
Seriously, it's like you brought it in, and like you couldn't keep it together. You're like, it's fucking juice.
Because you called it so quick, it was like as I'm setting it down, you're like, "That's orange juice." I'm like,
Do you remember the Beavis and Butthead episode where they were like not allowed to laugh and they were just the coach kept saying stuff? Gonna talk about the penis. We're gonna be talking about vaginas, and they're like not allowed to laugh, so they're just like. That was Greg.
Was that
oh man,
well, thank you,
Yeah.
Justin, for the email.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun time for all.
it was juicy as fuck.
it was super juicy.
Next time, Greg will have more guile with his fucking tricks that he brings us.
Yeah, I'll put more flour in it.
Gross.
We'll have a carbonated like coffee. It's just coffee.
Just
with
coffee
carbonation.
carbonation.
Which, speaking of which, like Modern Times is canning their cold brew now.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's delicious.
Is it good? I haven't seen it.
Oh yeah,
I
I've
really
had
like
it.
it.
Yeah, it's really good.
Did you try
It doesn't
that
have
cold
the
brew
D.
that I gave you yet, Jason?
Yeah, it was really good.
It was it?
I drank it yesterday.
Nice. Yeah, I haven't had it yet.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
They're regular beans. That's from Arcade Roasters in Riverside.
Nice.
They're very cool.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, I crushed that while playing Overwatch yesterday.
Nice. Right on. Did you put it over ice or?
No, I just drank it from the bottle.
Nice.
Yeah,
Dope.
That's how you do it.
It's fuck it. There you go. Cool.
Yeah, I don't know the appropriate glassware for cold brew coffee. Like you don't put it in a coffee cup.
That's
do
a
you?
pint glass. You just put a pint glass.
That's what I've been doing.
Yeah. And some ice in it. I prefer to ice mine down because they tend to make cold brew strong.
My normal
It's
cold
normally
brew,
concentrate, right?
Well, yeah, my normal cold brew, I get the concentrate from Trader Joe's, and then I just mix it. So I just mix it to taste.
Right. What do we got next in the old mailbag grab bag?
This one's a little bit more technical, not just talking shit. It's from Michael Sharps. Says cocoa nibs. Hey 4B. Recently picked up some cocoa nibs from a local chocolate place here in Hawaii.
Oh, cool.
That's neat.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
Aloha.
Last time I brewed, although if I was in Hawaii, I would homebrew. I've heard the beer selection kind of sucks out there.
Yeah.
Anyways, last time I brewed
expensive.
it, I noticed my head retention went to crap. Now, this is a toasted coconut porter I brew on a regular basis, and this is the only change that I've made to this recipe. I just used 10 ounce and added it to the mash. Love the chocolate flavor and aroma, but I have a feeling that the oils from the cocoa killed the retention. Any techniques that you would recommend? Thanks, guys.
I don't know. I'm surprised that, especially putting cocoa nibs in the mash, would affect your head retention that much, because you would assume, I would assume that the cocoa nibs, the oil would filter out in the mash. Like I would imagine not a whole lot of that would
Big
transfer
time,
over,
yeah.
because I mean, most of the time what I'm used to is cocoa nibs being used in secondary, and even that doesn't really kill head retention all that
No,
much.
I've never heard of that.
I don't know though. When I think of the beers that generally have a lot of adjuncts in them, the head is not generally a big deal on most of those beers.
Well, I don't know. I mean, like you take a beer like fucking Hunapu's, that has a great head on it. So
Hernapur head.
yeah, the head of Herniper.
For some reason, nobody cared about Hunapu this year at Firestone, and so they had like no line. I was just going up and getting no line Hunapu pours all day.
Nice.
Where like everything else had a line. Like Garage Project had like a 45-minute line.
It's because they were awesome.
Hashtag no line Hunapu.
Yeah, no line Hunapu.
So
The
yeah.
Northern Hernapur.
So yeah, I would honestly, I would do it exactly the same again and see if it's different, because I would guess that, because I mean, if you had like, you know, completely evaporating head, like no retention whatsoever, I would guess that it was like another process issue. If it persists, then you kind of can compensate for it. So, you know, use something like, you know, some oats in there, or you know, a little bit of crystal malt. You can mash a little bit higher to get more dextrin in there. That'll help your head retention. So things like that. Essentially, you just want to compensate. But I would be surprised that I would assume that the coconut would actually have more.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say, wouldn't coconut, because coconut has oil in it.
Oh, it has a ton of oil.
And that could kill your head retention.
Yeah, I would assume that would be the first culprit.
But it sounds like he says he does that one all the time. So.
Yeah,
but that's the only change. So
yeah, that was my thought too. So I would say,
don't you think boiling oils would also like drive off the oils? You know, so assuming the oils and the cacao nibs get through the mash and make it into the kettle, you're going to boil it for an hour. I mean, are those going to really stick around all the way to the fermenter? Even if they made it through the mash?
It sounds to me like there was some other kind of process issue, not necessarily just the cocoa nibs. That's my thought.
Yeah, and I think oils would, in your fermenter, they'd probably be in the kreuzen, like sitting on top, somewhere in that layer where if you're racking off, you're probably not going to be taking that upper gross stuff.
Yeah.
Oil
just a
kreuzen.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so I would say do exactly the same thing again, and if the problem persists, then I would say use some grains to compensate. So like oats or
wheat,
black wheat or something. Wheat's another. Well, I wouldn't use black wheat because the roasting process breaks down a lot of those proteins. But use wheat malt or something.
Carapils or something.
Yeah,
dextrin malt.
Yeah, exactly. Something along those lines.
I feel like the Oils in the Krausen was the name of Greg Nagel's debut LP.
Oils in the Krausen, yes. It was.
Oils in the Krausen are making your head suck. Oils in the Krausen
are doing the fun stuff. You put it in your beer.
Speaking of,
none of us are good songwriters.
More Beer actually sells Cho branded cacao nibs.
They do. Yeah,
I didn't know.
Cho, baby.
Cho.
Oh, TCHO, I should say.
Cho.
It's General Cho's.
Just
the other thing,
General Cho's cacao nibs.
Everyone knows that General Cho's chicken.
When you're also adding those to your beer, you have to figure in they're going to be bitter, and you have to drop your your bittering charge down. I don't know, like if you're putting 10 ounce in, I would dial back my hops maybe. If you're putting in 1 ounce for bittering, I'd put in maybe like 3/4 or something.
Well, yeah, I would reduce it by 25% or so.
Yeah,
that sounds
25%.
reasonable to me. Yeah.
Just a guess.
Drop the bittering charge again.
All right, Joy Division.
It's from Greg's debut album again.
When my bitterness bites hard.
So, what else do we got from Mailbag here?
We got one more. It's a short and sweet one from Russell. Hello, people. Hey, people.
Hey, people.
Hey, people.
Every time I listen to your podcast, I end up wasting an additional half hour searching the internet trying to find out who does your theme music. Please save me that 30 minutes and tell me who it is.
Our theme music is...
We're not going to tell you.
Way to be a dick. No, our theme song is The Diseased by the Sleeping Sea King, local Riverside band.
SEA space KING.
Yes.
Sea King.
I watched that video, by the way. The guy was very dirty.
Yeah, that's how he rolls. You can actually find it on Spotify, which is pretty cool.
It's also on YouTube if you want to see
It's from the album May Cause Death.
We actually get that question a lot, so I think I'm just going to link to it in our blog post because
there you go.
They deserve the credit.
Just have
In our About page, maybe, or something?
Make a MIDI file that plays when you open our website.
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, no one wants that.
No.
Yeah, you'd have to do it. Yeah, you have to do it in a
version.
Yeah, no, you have to do it in 8-bit. Yeah,
Do it in like Doom, like the original Doom soundtrack.
That like MIDI distorted guitar.
Yeah, for sure. So rad.
So yeah. All right, anything else for Mailbag?
Yeah, he also said, also, when is Pineapple Brett going to join the show? Does he mean Golden Brett?
No, Pineapple Brett.
We mentioned Pineapple Brett. Did we? I don't think Pineapple Brett ever was like...
Pineapple Brett was very brief.
Yeah.
I don't think Pineapple Brett had a voice, though.
It was the name of one of our episodes. Pineapple Brett
and Mango Mark. Yeah. But...
and I think that was kind of what spawned Golden Brett as a character.
Yeah, well, Golden Brett was on the show where we did Golden Brett.
Yes.
And he's not a character, he's a real man.
I thought those came
He's
before
151
Golden Brett,
years old.
though. I'm not sure when. I don't know. I don't fucking care either.
Just because you don't have a character, John.
Pineapple Brett never had a voice, so I guess if we wanted to, that's up to Jason or Matt or Greg. I'm not going to do it.
We need to give Pineapple Brett a voice, God damn it.
Okay, what would
he deserves a voice in this process.
Pineapple bread, everybody. What's happening over here? I'm just an old pineapple. And you're gonna put me inside of a beer. Where's the president? Everybody.
Apparently, Pineapple Brett can't speak consonants in any way. He's just all
I'm
vowels.
just a little old
He's just
pineapple.
vowels and guttural noises. Like that's what Pineapple Brett
I'm
is.
just a little old pineapple. I just grow on one plant a year.
You should
Living on the plantation. What's a plantation like, Pineapple Brett?
Well, there's about 400 acres. I don't know what to tell you. Then one guy comes with a machete and he whacks me and throws me in a big bin. And then we go.
Oh, poor Pineapple Brett.
We go on the cargo ship.
But
San Pedro.
Pineapple Brett, are you at least a Dole brand?
I'm a dole. Yes, thank you very much.
I think we found the voice.
Okay.
Oh, thanks, Pineapple Brett.
Pineapple Bread is my favorite character.
I gotta go now.
None of us were looking at Greg, but when he said Pineapple Brett, we all turned around in our chairs like, what is this?
Yeah.
Good job, Greg.
Well done, Greg.
So
Good
that's
on
a
you.
thing now. Just keep doing that.
Yeah.
There can be only one.
I think there's going to be a Brett versus Brett death match. It's a Brett match.
You're the best around.
Different parts of the world, you know?
He's got 2 T's.
So what did everyone think of this Backwoods Bastard?
I loved it.
I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, no, this beer, I've bought like 3-4 packs of it this season. I think it's pretty much gone now, but yeah, it's killer.
Nice.
If you want to know what oak tastes like,
Yeah,
this
for
is
real.
it, man. It's like chocolate and oak.
Yeah. It's
Very well done, though.
Super duper oaky, but in a good way, in like
Very
a pleasant way.
caramelly, like caramel and
Caramelized
wood.
sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just works really,
Vanilla.
really well.
Kind of like how women like me. Just my caramel and wood.
He is backwards. Backwoods, not backwards.
It's Backwards Bastard.
Backwards bastard.
It's like the battle. It's like the battle of the bastards.
It's drat sad. That's backward.
Nice. Well, we got some other fun stuff going on the show today. I think we're going to move on to a couple of AleSmith beers.
Oh,
We are drinking
Whalesmith.
Fundamental Observation also.
Yes, FO is happening on the show.
faux show.
This is the faux show.
Oh,
So skip everything and just go to that
Just
because
go
that's
straight to
all
FO.
that fucking matters is FO, right?
we're gonna make it rain with FO.
Yeah, exactly. But in the meantime, should we do the private stock ale, which this was the old ale, right? That was originally
Yeah.
what this was.
AleSmith sent me this bottle, and I misplaced it in the bottom of my fridge. And I just happened to find it today looking for True beers.
Nice.
It's like, sweet. I thought somebody stole this out of my fridge, but
It turns out you had no Taru beers.
Is beer,
Right,
is
and I
beer
found this.
Is beer theft a thing that happens to you frequently?
It's a big
or-
problem in Anaheim.
yeah, I leave
not
my
again.
garage wide open, so you never know.
It's like Disneyland and beer thieves.
It's both. They're like, let's go pillage these houses for some Disney.
Yeah, everything away from Disneyland is all
It's
just beer
usually
thieves.
it's usually me drinking it and forgetting all about it.
Nice.
So
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm like,
They're
did I
like-
drink that? I don't
Drink
know.
until we see a hidden Mickey.
So thanks to Brandon Hernandez of the AleSmiths
Thanks,
for
Brandon.
sending this bottle to us. And it pours kind of like a red burgundy.
Yeah, it's like a burgundy.
Mahogany.
It's got like a khaki
Looks like-
head on there.
It's like
you guys ever
leather-bound
think-
books.
Do you guys ever think it's a missed opportunity that AleSmith doesn't cross-brand with AeroSmith?
Ale Rose
Dude,
Smith.
they're doing the
Gonna do Dream On Ale, I guess.
Right.
opening a museum, Tony Gwynn Museum. Or
Oh,
something.
Yeah.
Looking pretty
It's-
awesome too.
They've been doing so much fundraising for the Tony Gwynn Museum. I can't. They've got to have a lot.
What does everyone smell in this beer?
I get some cherry notes.
Yeah.
Booze.
There's like a funky thing that I can't put my finger on.
I'm getting vaguely wet cardboard.
Really?
It's hot too.
Well, it's a
It smells
brand new beer.
boozy.
It's quite hot.
It's hot. Yeah. Like, well, but then again, I mean, most of
These are
AleSmith's
meant to
big
be-
stuff is pretty hot.
I think these beers are meant to be laid down for quite a while.
It's a hearty
Kind of like
ale
a-
designed to please Bacchus himself.
Oh, hey, Bacchus.
Me, Amadeus. No, never mind.
Bacchus meaning the.
I don't know.
God
It's a god.
of wine.
It's a mission of God.
But what's that beer? It's a.
Bacchus?
Is it Bacchus?
I think it might be.
Yeah, that's the big alcohol beer.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Bacchus is the god of Bacchus.
Yeah. Okay. I guess. Is that true?
And what's the ABV on this? 11%.
11. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that, improves
Ooh.
with age. Yes.
Yes, all caps. Yes.
Yeah. Ho. Yeah. Ho.
The big currants.
Hey.
Currants, cherry notes.
A lot of caramel. A lot of caramel. A lot of bread, like chewy bread notes. And it's hot. Wow.
Fucking fire.
Yeah, it's kind of rocket fuel.
Yeah. Woo.
Wow.
Wowzers.
Yikes.
Yeah, much like other stock
that
ales.
is boozy.
Much like other stock ales, this is meant to be aged for a long
Yeah.
time.
So, yeah, I would pick one up and lay it down for.
And, yeah, and leave it there.
Old Stock Ale is a great beer.
On the website, it says improves with age. All caps. Yes.
All caps.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Original gravity 1110.
Wow.
That's high. It's a lot of gravity.
Yeah, that's a shitload. Fuck. Okay, so if the
That's all
original
the
gravity
gravities.
is 1110, then what would this have to finish out at to hit 11%? I mean, this is still like 1020 or so, 1020, 1025
At least,
or something
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
It's got a lot,
Time
lot
for
of body.
math. Let's
Yeah,
do some
math time.
Let's-
Talk amongst yourselves while I'm doing the math.
No whammies, no
freaking
whammies,
out.
no whammies. Big bucks, big bucks, big bucks. Stop.
Freaking me out.
That's what that was, right?
$300, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. That's funny as shit, man.
$1 Bob.
So math is happening right now.
I mean, but AleSmith like excels at making
Yeah,
these
it's
huge ass beers.
1028.
If your calculations are correct, Matt.
7 Plato.
All the Play-Dohs.
My calculations are correct.
A beautiful mind over here is just like
Yeah, exactly. I literally just pulled up my phone and used a calculator.
There's like
He's the-
strings all over the studio.
Yeah.
use the Enigma machine and
There's a slide calculator,
It was a slide rule.
slide ruler.
Exactly.
I gotta say, this is not what I expected. This is really hot. It's good, but the heat is so overwhelming that you can't really enjoy anything.
I think
else.
it needs some time for sure.
Yeah, it needs a lot of
We need
time.
to-
It needs a lot of time. It's going to be fantastic, but it's going to be a lot of time.
How many of these would you buy for a cellar?
3,
Yeah.
3. I agree.
definitely. One
3
to
and
one to
2.
try right now. One to try in 2 years. And
I
one
would
to
do
try
2
in
and 4. Yeah.
hold on, let me run it through my cellar computer. 2.6.
So good.
The website suggests it can be aged upwards of 20 years.
I believe it.
I buy that.
I don't know about that.
No,
So my
I buy
daughter
that.
is 9. I'm going to buy a bottle or 2 for her 18th.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I mean, 21st birthday, whatever.
Or 18th, that's
18th.
fine.
18th, sure.
14.
Yeah, we're German family. she
Reminds me of one
already
of my
sips on Berliners, so.
one of my favorite Simpsons quotes. Homer is singing a song about beer, and then Bart goes, "Can I be a booze hound?" And he's like, "Not till you're 15."
That's when I started. 14, 15.
So I've had about as much of this beer as I want.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, I mean, good beer, but like needs
it a few.
needs way more
It's like
time.
that scene in Spaceballs when he's drinking the coffee. When Lord Helmet drinks coffee, he's just like, "Pfft, hot, too hot."
Yes.
Too hot.
I want to rinse my glass. I can still smell the booze. Can you still smell it?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
so
it's
boozy.
a lot. I'm going to rinse my glass of Perrier. Because I can.
I'm gonna effervesce the booze away.
Exactly. Use your words, John.
We have which AleSmith Speedway? Is it like a
This is the Mexican Speedway.
Can we like add in?
So it's L Speedway.
Can we fucking superimpose like a
The Mexican toll road.
You would want to do that shit.
It'd be pretty
Sarah was
funny.
dancing, by the way.
her
I can't
heritage.
help it.
It's a fork.
It's in my blood.
Fort Clorico dancing over here on the side
was
with her big
dancing
old
like nobody was
flower
watching.
dress.
But you were dancing, right?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
I
No,
didn't.
no.
Maybe you were adjusting.
I mean, if
your
you drive down to
pants or
Mexico, there's two roads. There's the free road, the Libra, and then there's the Quota, which is the toll road.
something. And the Santa Maria.
Yeah, exactly. So, if you take the toll road down, it's pretty much the Mexican Speedway down to Ensenada.
I see. I see.
God damn it!
Took a long time to get there.
That's a long
It's a
walk,
true
but it was
story.
worth it.
So this beer is Speedway Stout. It is barrel aged and made with Mexican coffee, chocolate, and cinnamon.
Oh, Cinnabons.
Ew.
I picked this up, I don't know, 3 weeks ago or so.
So this is Speedway with coffee.
Oh my
and
god, that's dark.
what
Mexican coffee,
Barrel aged with Mexican coffee, chocolate, and cinnamon.
which sounds delicious.
Sounds.
Uh-oh.
I love Mexican coffee.
Smells like hesitation to me.
That smells
Speedway
delicious,
is
by
just
the way.
like your abuela.
Abuelita.
Abuelita. Yeah. Smells pretty good.
Smells
Yeah,
fucking
it smells
great.
like chocolate cake.
Does
It's pouring like
and
inky,
not the
inky
beer,
black.
not the beer
it's
chocolate cake.
Blacker than the blackest.
Yeah, blacker than 1,000
But it-
moonless
But
midnights.
contrary to what I was saying earlier, it does have like a nice head. It's got a like a dark brown or kind of tannish head.
Smells like coffee. I'm not gonna lie. It kind of smells like bad coffee.
Whoa!
It does. Smell.
That's
It's
Mexican coffee,
really.
man.
It's really roasty. Like really like dark, kind of
Over-roasted.
burnt.
A little
roasted.
burnt, yeah.
So you,
Yeah,
you
I
think
think
the coffee's bad because it's Mexican?
Yeah, I'm building a wall. I'm building a wall.
Don't go there. I get some fruit from this too, right? I think that's from the coffee.
I get a
Yeah,
huge,
some like plummy, like figgy type thing.
got a huge
Black
fruit
figs.
note.
Yeah.
Huge.
The cinnamon, I think, is perfect on the nose. It's just enough.
I agree. It's
Yeah, it's well done with the
it's pretty.
spice.
It's subdued, which is nice. It's not like cinnamon in your face.
It's not like
Exactly.
some
Yeah,
dude. It's
I'm a
some
fan
dude.
of that.
Yeah, I hate the spice cabinet in a stout. In a stout,
Yeah, it's the worst. No, this is delicious. Yeah, that's
a
super
nice
good.
roast
Yeah,
character from the. You can tell the roast is from the coffee and also with some malt.
The
Dude.
coffee is way bigger in the nose than it is on the mouth. Like
Yeah, for sure.
The cocoa and cinnamon, like it all blends in. It's very subtle, actually.
It's super
the barrel helps it too.
silky. It's
Yeah.
silky as fuck, man.
I get a little bit of vanilla on the flavor
Yeah.
on it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine that's probably from the bourbon barrel.
yeah.
I get some booze
Oh,
on
actually,
this too,
this,
guys.
this has tequila barrel on
barrel.
it too.
Well, why wouldn't
Wow, that's weird.
Yeah, it's Mexican Speedway. Ole,
That makes sense.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
ole.
And
Oil of Olay.
in the
No.
past, tequila barrel aged beers have not really been all that great. I think
Everyone
right?
is like, "What about PNC?" It's like, yeah, there's one. That's the exception. That
Yeah, I was
proves
gonna
the rule.
say, yeah, every other tequila.
Leche Borracho was good.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh,
yeah,
that
yeah,
was a
that's true.
tequila, wasn't it?
That's true.
That was a blend of bourbon and tequila.
You guys ever have that one Lost Abbey made?
There's the catch.
The Agave Maria.
Yeah.
I have not.
that was
didn't-
okay.
Don't.
I liked it.
Keep on not having it.
I like
didn't care
the
for
art.
Yeah, the art was nice, and the name, admittedly, pretty clever. I'm not usually one for puns like that in beer, but
I am.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I just
I didn't like the beer though.
I love tequila. I love tequila. I don't like tequila in my beer.
It's a very specific flavor.
Well,
It's
those barrels are pretty beat up by the time they
They'll beat
get to a
shit,
brewery.
Yeah.
This does smell excellent, though.
It does.
It's got enough heat that it works with the cinnamon. Man,
It does have. I
the
do see-
coffee is not. The longer it sits, the less I get of the coffee. Really.
Yeah, I think like
It does mellow out the coffee because it had like a big burnt coffee nose at the beginning.
Right.
yeah, like
Yeah,
that
it did.
over roasted
Now
cheap
it's,
coffee
it's like
thing.
a fruity cinnamon chocolate that's got some booze on it. It smells great.
I think it's still a little burny in the nose, but like the nose doesn't really do the flavor justice. You know, like the flavor is really great.
Yeah, it does.
Bernie's in the nose is going to do everybody justice. It's going to do right by all the nose.
It's huge.
This beer has the chocolate and the coffee and the cinnamon.
Feel the burn. We talked about the wall.
We
gotta
did-
talk
Yeah,
about-
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
We did feel the burn with that last beer. It burned my esophagus.
This is really nice. Though.
This is wonderful.
I'm really liking this one.
Yeah, it's-
12%, man, does not taste like
Fuck, man.
12%.
No.
No,
Jesus.
it's 1% alcohol higher than the private stock ale, and yet
Doesn't
not,
show it.
And
not
yet-
burning my mouth clean
I think
off.
that kind of shows that AleSmith knows what they're doing with these kind of beers. Like they I think they made this beer intentionally to age it, and they knew it was going to be a hot beer and to lay it down
You
for
know,
a while.
let us dispense with this fiction that AleSmith doesn't know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing.
What is that funny?
There it is again. There it is again. The
30 second soundbite.
the 30-second speech. That was a deep cut. That was a deep cut. Well done. Oh, Speedway Rubio.
God damn.
That would be the Cuban Speedway.
Yeah. It'd just be a cigar. That's like
Maduro Speedway.
I feel like Cuba should, like, hopefully now they can be known for other stuff rather than bootleg cigars.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
assume they got some other cool stuff going on.
I
down
would
there.
hope so.
Old cars.
They have that sandwich.
Cocktails.
Cocktails.
Cocktails. Yeah,
sandwiches.
that's true.
You know what's funny about the Cuba and old cars, though, is people are always talking like, oh, it'd be like this treasure trove. It's like, no, people like old original cars. And in Cuba, they're like, yeah, I've got like a 56 Pontiac, and it's got like a 1988 Daihatsu diesel engine that I swapped into it. Like,
The alternator is like a blender motor.
yeah, exactly. It's like
Put it on frappe.
it's like the shell of an old classic car that's been just gutted with the innards.
Yeah,
of
but
the
Yeah, it's got like a 90s Honda engine in it.
Yeah.
I could totally see a museum where cars like that are in there, where they're like dissected and like, look what these people did to these cars to make them like just cobble along,
Yeah.
or hobble along
They're
over time.
Exploded.
You know, that I could totally see that happening. They're classic cars that have been like remade over the years. That, I don't know. You have to be into cars and mechanical stuff and all that kind of stuff to appreciate that.
I am craving a Cubano sandwich right now.
Yes.
What's that?
It's a ham sandwich with like the neon mustard and pickles.
And
like-
melted cheese.
Do they do
like
anything
white-
to the bread, or
Like a
white
Gruyere
cheese.
special
Yeah.
kind of bread? Or?
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
it's like a
sandwich
French
toasted.
bread. Yeah.
Yeah. There was
Is
a
it
whole.
fried?
And then they're
or-
panini style.
Yeah. Did you ever see the movie Chef?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, I should watch that tonight.
Yeah, it was
It's a good movie.
actually pretty good.
The ending's kind of dumb, but
Yeah,
What if
the
I
ending
just
is kinda-
watch?
movie's fun.
What if I just watch a Dirty Dancing Havana Nights? Would I get that whole experience?
could.
Yes,
Don't do
you
that.
would. That would be an excellent idea.
Have you seen that
And
movie?
you should do that.
What, Dirty Dancing Havana Nights or
Uh-huh.
Chef?
Havana Nights.
Nope, neither. Isn't a Josh?
I've seen it.
Havana
Josh
Nights?
Hartnett in it?
Yes.
What'd you think?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you've seen Dirty Dancing, the original, right?
I did when I was like 5. 'cause
we've
my
already made
sister
that
was obsessed
reference.
with it.
The show.
Yeah. Well,
What, the Dirty Dancing?
Yeah, we put her in the corner.
Yeah, put
Oh,
a
yeah.
baby in the corner.
Well,
Yeah.
it's called a callback, bro.
Getting back to the sandwich, you know, what makes a great one is Bagby.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
No shit.
Last time I was there, I had it. It was the best decision of that weekend.
the sandwich
Nice.
that Greg's talking
The
about.
Cubano?
yeah, the
The
Cubano.
Cubano. Yeah.
Cubano.
The
yeah, it
food
was
at Bagby
very good.
is a delight.
It is. Everything about Bagby is a delight, including their BJCP Brewing Company style.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, if you ever want to have like a cream ale, they have the fucking cream ale, you know?
Yeah. It's really
I
good.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
I haven't had a bad experience.
I like
there.
that they have 18 beers on tap. 2 are IPAs,
Yeah, for real.
which is
Pretty,
not
it's
the norm.
pretty rare these days.
Yeah, the Bagby's have a
Or a
little
good
bit of
Kolsch.
everything. They have great food. It's a great place.
Their cocktails are really good too.
Yeah, if you're in Southern California, just go to Bagby and Oceanside.
All right.
It's worth the trip.
I was literally just about to say, hey, let's open this FO, and then John left.
John
We
had
should.
to poop.
He went to go make
He
himself
just
a
made. He
Cubano.
gave himself a daddy pour over there, the Mexican stout.
He did.
and then left.
Ooh, the Mexican stout.
That's so Mexicano.
Here we go.
It's like Speedway Stout en español. Ole.
It's very nice.
It's so good. It's silky smooth. Silky smooth in my mouth, over the tip of my tongue.
Yo soy El Speedway.
I was waiting for it.
I am El Speedway. All other imperial stouts must bow before El Speedway.
Yours was like half Chris Farley, half the
I know.
Macho Man.
I kept waiting for that having a Speedway down by the river.
All the other stouts gotta bow before the Macho Man.
Yeah, the best. Okay, see, here's the best thing. My favorite thing about the Macho Man is that he would go into these rants, and then he would start speaking like complete gibberish. He's like, I'm gonna meet you at WrestleMania, and I'm gonna do this thing. I shoot the boobity, I'm from the Soma Duma. Because I am the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. Like, just go off in the left. It's the best. So, John.
Yo.
Unjustifiably in a position I don't deserve to be in.
I hear we have a adjunct stout in
Outside
the
of
house.
interference, yeah. What?
I hear we have a vanilla adjunct stout.
We do.
somewhere in the-
Let's open the FO, shall we? All right, I'm being handed the FO.
This is the faux show.
The faux show. Where's the opener? So this would be FO's
Year 2.
second appearance on the 4B show. Is that correct?
Nope. First.
No, we had it at when we went there.
That was just a single barrel.
Okay, it's still
It doesn't count.
okay.
Well,
Whatevs.
okay, it's...
We had it warm out
Oh
of
my
a test
God,
tube.
have you seen the Untapped rating for this? 4.76?
Wow.
Yeah,
That's the
Six-
highest rating I've ever seen.
655 ratings. That's pretty good.
There's a little kid who's about to
Okay,
drink
what are
some
the
FO.
top rated beers on
There's
Untapped
a
right
baby
now?
drinking it
Rare?
right there. That's
Very
not,
kind of rare.
It has
still.
the same as Rare.
Wow.
It's better than Rare by a lot.
Holy shit. Why isn't it on there?
Probably a number of
Yeah,
reviews.
numbers got to be it.
Yeah, I mean, like Rare has that with literally 10 times the number of ratings.
Now, how much of this is hype? I wish I had that Rare still.
I don't. I'm glad it's in my belly. Get in my belly.
Oh, please don't do that. So this smells delightful.
Smells like vanilla and brownies.
Yeah,
Brownie batter?
it smells like motherfucking brownie batter.
And heat.
For those of you who aren't familiar, it's an imperial stout with vanilla beans in different bourbon barrels.
Yeah, different. There's like one's Heaven Hill and one's
Four
like
Roses.
Buffalo Trace,
Four
Four Roses, and Heaven Hill, and they actually did
I thought it
a.
was Weller too, no?
Yeah, I think so. They did a special event this year where
We blended?
everybody who went to the anniversary every day for a week,
Which I did.
So
which
that
was
was-
900 people
Yeah.
did actually.
Jesus Christ.
That was
when-
called the Week of Logic.
The Week of Logic, yeah. That was when we were down there, actually, just before, right? The
Yeah.
Week of Logic. And, 900 people participated in the Week of Logic and went in every day.
They were thinking maybe 300, and they got almost
Yeah.
1,000.
Yikes.
me and you, Jason, we I think went to the first 2 days.
Yeah, we're like, we had big dreams.
And yeah, I was working in Palm Springs at the time, and I went
Jesus, that's a really long
on a
drive.
Monday. Well, on that Monday, I was working in Anaheim, so I was able to stop by at like 2:30, and then Tuesday I drove from Palm Springs to Anaheim, and
Holy shit,
And
really?
then back?
yeah,
Fuck.
because I was committed. And then the next morning, I'm like, you know what?
Nope.
No beer is that good.
I live 5 miles away, and it was a huge
was
pain
a-
in the ass
it was
for
a chore.
even me to do.
Yeah.
Once you're at day 5, you're like, yeah, I can do it.
And
I
it's
can
not
do
just
it.
it's not just your distance; it's dealing with
The crowds.
Parking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Parking the lines.
Parking lines. It was hot.
That was a big
crowds.
thing. If it wasn't so many people, I probably would have gone every day. but
Even and I'm
like,
not. And this is not
I
anything.
went
against,
late too.
It's not against nothing against Bottle Logic. Like
Yeah, we can't hold their popularity against them.
Right,
no,
right.
Yeah.
it just sucks. And they did their best to deal with it. The Week of Logic, especially, like getting your passport
Yeah.
stamped, because they gave you this little. It looked like a passport, and every day you had to get a special stamp to qualify for your different tiers of. Prizes, I guess you could
Yep.
say, for going. And the
Salty,
first one was
salty
like
tiers.
glasses or something. And
Yeah, you got a bottle opener. You got a teku. You got the FO thing, and then
But,
like a growler.
they did a really good job from that perspective. But it was still crowded, and it's the best they could have done. But for me, I mean, I'm a beer geek. I'm a hardcore beer geek. And if anyone says anything otherwise, they can fuck off.
Right.
I'm not going to stand in a line for hours to get anything because fuck lines.
You know, it should be noted, like
And-
it's kind of funny how like there's like different groups of beer geeks anymore, you know, because it used to be like if you were a beer geek, you did all of these things all the time. You know,
Right.
this is like talking like 07, 08.
And you'd
like,
see the same
06, 07,
dudes.
08. And you would always see all of the same people because these things were relatively rare. I mean, this thing would happen like, you know,
The 09 Black
once-
Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly. Like once a month, maybe there would be a thing.
And that's
like
a really
this.
good point, Matt. You would get in line and see your friends and say, "Hey, what's up,
Exactly.
guys?"
Yeah.
And it was like a community where, not to derail what you're saying, but going to pick up these bottles, it was a total shit show just in the line. I did not want to be in the line. It was a bunch of people that were loud and obnoxious and entitled
Day
to
drinking.
get their beer, and they were complaining about everything.
Yeah.
And Bottle Logic, look, I got to wait in this long fucking line. Oh yeah, what? Do you see how big they are? Do you see how big their bar is? Like they cannot accommodate you. I'm sorry, you all want this beer at the same exact time, but they
Yeah,
can't handle
it's like,
it.
oh, you poor bastards are participating in something that a lot of people want to do all at once. Like, what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah.
Beer nerds being terrible aside, Bottle Logic switched to online releases for this beer and made it really simple. It was like pop on a Sunday afternoon, get your bottles, or don't, but you wasted 30 seconds of your life.
Right.
Cruise down there. You ended up finding they had a separate line, right, for bottles, so you just got to go in and out and get your
I
bottles.
went at first, and when you walk up to Bottle Logic, you see this long line, and you assume that it's just to pick up bottles. No, that's to get pours of FO. To get bottles, they're already pre-sold. You walk to the back. I waited for 3 minutes. It was great. So
That's awesome.
they did it really well, and they catch a lot of shit online. Especially with the fundamental observation dinner that they did, and they only had like 80 tickets per session.
I was there.
They took so much shit for that, and I was so pissed at the beer community for that, because they need to lighten the fuck up. And there are all these conspiracy theories about how they withheld FO for the black market and all
They're
this
trying
stuff.
to build hype.
Like, what are you thinking? They're just a business trying to sell their beer.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
nice people. We've met them. They're great people that
it's-
just want to sell good beer.
It's amazing, like when people get to like massive dick status and like not the good like actual huge cock type thing, but they're just being
Not like
jerks.
John Hamm.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's so
It's a turn
crazy
off.
how entitled people get about it. So
That was my rant.
Yeah, I was watching
And I feel
people
better.
on Beer Advocate. A dude from Texas sitting there like, why won't they release the bottle count? Are they just trying to increase hype? It's all already sold. Who gives a shit about the bottle count?
Yeah.
Fuck you, guy.
The night of the beer dinner, there was 2 sessions, and I went to the second session, and there was a guy that was so drunk that he could barely walk in the alley, and he was offering people like $75 a bottle or something like that, and they were trying to they wouldn't sell to him because he was overly intoxicated as it was.
yeah,
And he's like, "This is bullshit. Like, I spent all this money for the the beer dinner and stuff like that." But I mean, if you're that drunk, you can't buy booze.
yeah, you're being
That's
a
a-
shitbag.
Yeah.
Like you're being an asshole by
And then-
getting way too drunk and then making demands.
I surfed some of the message boards and stuff, and they're like, "This is bullshit. They wouldn't sell me any." But the real story is, dude, you couldn't fucking walk.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
exactly.
fuck off.
Yeah, you were about to throw up on yourself.
Right.
I saw
go
another
home.
story on Facebook about a guy that was kicked out for whatever reason.
It's probably the same guy.
And it was this whole you get people that band behind the guy, and it's like Bottle Logic did something wrong. They did nothing wrong.
No.
They're doing everything to the best of their ability, and you can't hate on them for that. They're
they-
trying really hard to make it easy for everyone. And the Week of Logic is an example of how they fucked up, and they fixed it by going back to online bottle sales, and that's fine. And if you're gonna cry about not getting your bottles online, what?
Yeah,
I don't
like,
know what to
Go
tell
buy
you,
some
man.
other stuff, man.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
got
oh,
my
you
bottles
poor
just fine.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
get
you-
a faster internet connection.
Yeah, do
Try
something.
harder,
Yeah.
or shut the fuck up. 'Cause
Or
I don't want to hear
it happens. Like
Yeah, or
I don't know.
you missed out on a beer. That's the thing. It's like, oh no, you can't drink a fancy beer. Like, what the fuck?
The
And you're
same thing
gonna
with
whine about
Firestone
it? Like,
Walker Invitational tickets. Like, oh
Yeah.
fuck them.
I got him.
They send complaints to Gemma and everyone else at fucking Firestone like they did something wrong. No, it's a popular event. You just that's how it goes.
What's weird is people don't go like, "Oh, that concert's sold out. Fuck that band."
yeah, exactly.
They just like hype.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
you don't get mad at the thing that's popular.
They just
because
want to
everyone
raise the
bought
price of their tickets
for
on
it.
the black market.
Yeah.
That's why they're doing it.
I mean,
Yeah.
And this beer wasn't overly
Ticketmaster wants
priced.
to do that, but
Yeah.
FO is not like an expensive beer by any, you're getting what you're paid.
$22 a bottle.
Yeah.
It's a great price.
Right.
Yeah.
Great price. Well, worth
great
it.
price,
So let's talk about
the
beer.
best price.
Yeah,
Is
it-
$22? No, that's a pretty good price
That's
for
good, yeah.
$7.50 a beer.
It's not 750.
Or is it a 22?
No, it's 16 maybe.
It's a 500 milliliter bottle, but
Oh,
it's a
it's a
very
five?
weird shaped one. Yeah.
I actually really like this bottle a lot.
They use these bottles that look like almost the size of a bomber, but they're 500 mils. They're really weird.
Well, they're like the Belgian shape.
Yeah.
They're they got like the hump in the
Okay.
middle of the neck and like that
That's
kind
why
of
I
thing.
confused it for like a
They've got,
750.
like,
yeah,
the
I've done
hump.
the same thing where I'm like, oh, this comes in a
It's like
750, and I was like,
right in the middle, right here. There's a hump.
for the listener at home, Matt's jerking off this bottle.
No, I'm not. I was
you gotta
just
jerk off the
illustrating
FO.
the hump.
And hoping marshmallow cream comes out. I
So
think
this beer smells like chocolate cake.
It smells like marshmallow cream.
it smells like honestly the nose of this beer smells like a bowl full of brownie batter.
It does. Yeah.
If they nailed anything with this beer,
With
it's the fucking
marshmallows.
nose. It smells
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah, I noted it's a little bit, tiny bit more boozy this year.
I don't mind that.
And it's not as sweet, which
That's,
huge improvement
I'm
on
also
both sides.
okay with that. Yeah,
I'm
I don't
fine
like
with both accounts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
super sweet beers.
Yeah.
I think this is way more drinkable.
Yeah,
than
it's,
last year.
it's definitely got some alcohol bite to it, but it's really silky. It's, if anything, it's a little on the thin side as far as the mouthfeel goes.
I would say that too. Yeah.
You know,
The alcohol heat there, I think, kind of cuts the super rich sweetness, so it's not just
Sugar.
sweet. It's not just like diabetes pouring down your throat. It's just
Yeah.
like, all right, you have this
There's some
like
booze, yeah.
sweet vanilla, and then there's a heat there that kind of like balances it out and cuts it a little bit. So
Yeah.
you're not just
Yeah.
getting like coating your mouth with sugar. Like, oh, I'm
yeah, you
dying.
get some oily vanilla in there for sure.
Have you ever
Yeah.
had Madeline's, the cookie?
Sure.
Yeah, that's exactly what I get at the end, like a oily vanilla,
like a marzipan kind of
and
thing.
it's
The
delicious.
marzipan, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the Weller barrel.
Yeah. All in all, I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, no one can argue how good this is.
It's a damn good beer, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, it's weird because it's just so like it just hits it. So there's not like it's hard to dissect. Even you're just like
I like the finish on it. It just finishes kind of nice and clean, where it's not like cloying.
It doesn't
in a
stick.
way.
It doesn't stick to your mouth that much. Yeah.
Like I said, the best thing about this is the way it smells. Matt, you said marshmallow something. I said chocolate cake.
Marshmallow
Jason,
cream.
You said brownie batter.
Brownies, yeah.
Or maybe Greg. It's all of those things.
Yeah.
I mean,
And booze too.
and it's not like it's a gimmick beer where they're trying to make a brownie batter chocolate marshmallow cake beer. This is a bourbon barrel aged or whatever other
Yeah.
barrels.
No, they're all bourbon.
I mean,
It's bourbon.
the fact that they got all of these aromas from this blend is amazing. It smells so good. Like the hype is real with this beer. It's really,
Hype is real.
really good.
It is. It's delicious.
I really we talked about it I think when we were there, but I really was like, fuck that beer, hype beer, I don't care. And then we drank
Warm and
it
flat?
during our normal
Yeah.
like
yeah, just when we were hanging out one day.
when we were hanging out during GABF. We opened
During the GIEBF.
the GIEBF. Our fuck you, we're not at GABF, so we're just gonna open all our coolest bottles party.
Yep.
And it won the blue ribbon.
It did. It was really fantastic.
We because the key when you're having your own I'm not at GABF consolation party is have your own awards
Exactly. have your own medals.
with blackjack and hookers.
Side
Right
note,
on.
this is the highest ABV. This is 14.
14, yeah.
Wow, is it really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That would explain that little bit of heat.
Just a little bit.
Poof.
Yeah.
It's a poof.
Exactly.
It's like
Right on.
It's like a dragon when they're like out of fire. That's the booze kick on this.
Yep. Well, right on. All delicious beers, you guys.
Yeah, agree. You know, real quick, going back to what I said about the beer guys that are complaining and stuff, I think that's something that goes away with time. The longer you're in the beer community, you pick up on stuff like what breweries have to deal with. You pick up on new people coming in and how their attitudes are. And I think, I don't know, there's a certain thing that happens where you get to a certain point and you realize I'm being an asshole about this. It's just beer.
I think that's a good way to put it.
And
I'm being a dick.
I felt like I was kind of ranting too much about this, but
No, not
it's,
at all.
it's an
Fuck those guys.
evolution.
No, not at all. I think it's a
No.
valid point of the
Yeah.
whole conversation behind this beer.
But I think
because-
these douchebags, they're either going to stay in beer and become less douchey or just get out of it because
Yeah.
it's a hobby that they just got into.
They felt that they
get
just
into
got over.
wine if you want to be that big of a douche.
So-
Yeah, for real.
And honestly, like the I really think that with maturity in the scene, you realize that there's always going to be another beer. Like, if you miss this one, especially now, it's not like there's like one big release every year. It's like when I was first getting into the craft beer scene, it would be like Pliny the Younger comes out, and that's like the big beer release
Gotta go.
of the
Yeah,
year.
that's the big thing in November or whatever.
Yeah,
February.
Bad,
Matt.
bad.
I know.
beer
I know.
For
I'm an
fuck's
asshole.
sake.
I know.
Now you get in the corner.
But but yeah, no, at this point, there's so many good beers coming out from so many breweries. It's like if you missed the one this week, I mean, we have like 3 of them here. Like,
Literally.
if you missed Mexican Speedway, you might be able to get Fundamental, and if you missed Fundamental, like.
Go down the street and get some Backwoods Bastard because this is like 90.
It's really good.
This 90% of that beer. You know what I mean? Like
Backwoods Bastard is good.
It's really fucking good.
I bought that at the liquor store.
Yeah.
And then 2 months later, I bought more at the liquor store.
Yeah. So like, if you don't get FO, then you can get a beer that's like 90% that good. And like, you won't be able to post this one on the internet and get like, 300 likes on Instagram. Like, fuck
Damn
off.
And
straight.
hype is a big part of it. And I know that AB InBev bought out Goose Island, but I can go to Riverside and buy some Bourbon County right now for $10 a bottle. Just straight up. And
Can
they
you
have
say where on the show so
La
everyone can
Bodega.
go clean it out?
You can get it from La Bodega.
They still have it, huh?
Yeah, they have cases of it. It's a shelf turd.
Really?
That beer is now
It's
a
actually
shelf turd.
not
It's
in most places.
infected.
I mean, they
It
have,
should be.
They have
Yeah.
a lot. They just, beers all get to a point where it's like the demand is so high that they're like, okay, they're going to flood it and everyone's going to be able to get it no matter what. And that's awesome. If I wanted to get Bourbon County, I can go buy a case right now if I wanted to.
And also, I think the hype thing also follows a lack of experience. Like, people who are new to it, they don't really know good from bad in their own tastes yet. So it's like, I've heard this is the best beer. I need to get the best beer. I want to go get this.
I mean, that still happens with Pliny. the Elder,
Exactly. And I think with experience in the scene, you start getting where people are like, okay, I understand. Like, this is good. This is also good. And this other thing is also good. And you don't necessarily just have to demand the latest big thing. And if you don't get that, throw a fit. You know, like you can just go get a different beer.
Yeah,
if I missed out on this beer, I'd be sad. But it wouldn't be the end of the world, and I wouldn't go online.
I wouldn't want to rant online
If you
about
went to a bottle share, I guarantee you 4 dudes turn up with it.
it. Yeah. At least around here.
Yep.
Well, if you want to find us online, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram. You can find all that information on 4brewers.com. You can go to patreon.com/4brewers if you want to contribute to the show. You can give us $1 a show, $2 a show, whatever you like. You can find that information again at patreon.com/4brewers. Go on iTunes and give us a rating because we want your 5 stars.
Rate the shit out of us.
Rate the shit out of it. I'm surprised it's the first time that we've ever said that.
Right, really.
It's so obvious. Go on, find 4 Brewers on YouTube and you can watch both John's 4B Quickies.
YouTube the shit out of
And
it.
you can also find Cheap Beer Corner. And for the first time in a few weeks, we've got new episodes. So check that out. And if you want to get in touch with us directly, hit us up at feedback@4brewers.com. Brew the shit out of it.
I serrate this bottle cold bottom the city mud. The doctor's in the depths of his lab before you feel the skin not as tall. Stop the browsers with the little step now. Stop the browsers with the little step now.
By the way, guys, we're at 23 minutes, not 15. That's a little slow.
Yeah.
Okay,
I was
good.
gonna say.
Good to know. 'Cause I was like,
in a
wow,
hurry.
we are not making good time.
Sorry.
You missed the bacas that I put in the chat. They're amazing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was just trying to put this thing up here so everyone can see.
I actually had a verbal mailbag if we're hurting on time.
I don't think we're hurting on time.
A buddy of mine, Jesse, he's a home brewer in Santa Ana, and he brews saisons.
Okay.
And I think he used 3711 for the first time.
Right.
And after 9 days, he cracks his carboy, and all he gets is a huge fart of sulfur.
Oh.
He didn't take the gravity yet for the second time, so he has no idea.
3711?
3711, yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, my only advice is like take the second gravity, maybe rack it to, another thing. I mean, what else would you
what should he
suggest?
do about it?
Yeah, for sure. I've never used 3711, so
I'd say rouse the yeast,
Rouse it.
and
I told them to rouse.
and then just give it time. I mean, it'll blow off after a certain amount of time. The one thing that you could do is scrub it, but you would need an oxygenation stone. But what you can do is instead of using oxygen, use CO2.
Okay.
And essentially just like oxygenate it like you would before you would pitch
With
your yeast.
CO2?
With CO2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the CO2 will actually scrub the sulfur out
blow
of
it
the
out.
beer. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one thing that
I
professional
think he
brewers will do.
kegs.
Yeah, and
Might
so
be able to do that.
So yeah, so if he has, or if he just has an oxygenation stone, only just instead of using oxygen, use CO2.
So that's not a common thing with 3711.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Why is it sulfury to begin with?
I would assume under pitching. So I mean, if he's like brewing like a 1070 beer or something
I
like
think
that.
it was a 1056 or something.
Yeah, even that. Yeah.
Oh, thank heaven.
I mean,
3711.
like yeah. I mean, it's possible that it could be infected.
Yeah.
If not, I would just assume under pitching.
Yeah, but infection, is sulfur an indication of infection?
There's like a lot of things that can be an indication of infection.
Yeah, but sulfur,
Yeah.
I've had sulfur from like the 410 yeast, like the wit yeast.
Right. Well, I mean, have you ever gotten sulfur in like a sour beer or a wild beer?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
sure.
something. It's something that happens. Where the exact source would be, I couldn't say. But like I said, I've gotten a lot of really weird shit from infected beer. So I wouldn't rule it out. Most of the time, when you have any kind of like wacky hop flavor that you can't quite pinpoint, infection is usually a pretty good.
He's a newer brewer too.
Thing. Yeah,
I think the
but
majority
I
of the
would
stuff I'm seeing just from my brief Google search is like, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
It'll go away.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's homebrew.
It's not a sign of really anything bad. It's just sometimes you get that thrown off by a yeast, and
Yeah. Yeah, and certain
alright.
yeasts obviously are a lot more sulfury than others. Like, and saison yeast, it can be surprisingly sulfury. I've had sulfur issues with a couple of different strains.
Isn't 3711 the yeast that flocks out?
Not at all.
I mean, not like it craps out, not flocks out.
no,
No,
that
no.
yeast
Oh, it's
keeps
a beast.
going.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the monster.
that's
No,
not
the
a
one
worry.
the one that craps out is the DuPont strain.
Gotcha.
565 craps out from
Okay.
White Labs.
Yeah.
I always go 568 for my
Yeah,
saison.
that's a good call. 565 is great, but it sucks for homebrewing
Okay.
just because it's so temperamental.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All
Yeah.
right.
And honestly, with 565, what you can do is literally ferment it at 90 degrees. That actually helps a lot. Like you always want to go like way, way hotter than you ever would with anything else, and that helps it cut through, from what I understand.
That's cool. All right.
Yeah.